Good evening and welcome back on this Good Friday to another episode of Brunch with the Fellas, bringing you the latest trending topic news and entertainment. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV. Always with me, Primo Grande, the one and only Cold Seasons. How you feeling, cuz? Peace.
Feeling pretty good, man. It's a Good Friday, and we're gonna make it good. Do the best.
Do the best. Salute, salute, salute. What you sipping on? Sipping. What you sipping to? What you sipping to this on this Friday? Success?
Yeah, a little bit of success, to some good success. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's nasty ass. It's a little rose little type
You
thing, but
drinking that? You drinking
I
that
know.
nasty that
Yeah,
nasty
I
stuff,
didn't
yo?
I didn't know it was this what it was. Till I
Why you drinking it anyway? Cause you bought it. Cause you already paid for it, so it got to go.
it's brunch with the fellas, so I'm gonna drink some. It ain't a real mimosa, but and
You
it
ain't
don't have
you ain't got
nothing
no
in it.
juice for it. You ain't put no
I have
juice
zero
in it.
juice.
Some
I don't have no juice.
mangoes, some
Even when I cracked it open, I asked
blood
the old lady. I
orange,
said, "You want some of this?" I gave her some. I said, "Oh man,
some
you got to
pina.
have some juice with this." Nah, ain't nothing. I'm a thug it out tonight.
We gonna thug it out. We gonna thug it out. Well,
Yeah.
definitely. Before we get to thugging it out, make sure everybody watching smash that like button. We really please and thank you to smash the like button. Also, share the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the Fellas. Right now, y'all, we got going on. When you subscribe to at DB Chef TV on YouTube, you put your name in the hat, okay, to win $100. All right. So subscribe, y'all. We appreciate it. Link is in the description and we pick it random. Hopefully, it could be you. Also, don't forget to visit www.bksoulfarm.com and pick up your copy of 1016 160 Self Sustainability by Ali Dawood El. It is springtime. It's time for you to go ahead and spring into action. Man, and that is a tool and resource that if you're gonna have it, I mean, you're gonna go from 0 to 100 real quick. So
And like you said, it's that time, man. It's that time. If you're gonna get certain stuff in the ground, it's about time to put it in now. So
it's
I'm,
about time to put it in now. And
that's
right
right.
now, we're gonna go ahead and jump into tonight's topics, y'all, because it's been a lot going on this week. It's been crazy, cold seas. It's been a lot going on this week. We got Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Man record contract dispute. That's how we gonna shape it over here on Brunch with the Fellas. It's a record contract dispute. We're gonna get to the root of the issue. You know, um, there was some other things, but we're gonna get into that and talk about that. But that's been crazy all over the news. We're gonna cover that. Then we got U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi fired by the President of the United States. Trump said you got to go, so she gone. Then we gonna head to TSA. We're gonna head to A-Town, y'all, and we're gonna check out Tyler Perry, man. Filmmaker Tyler Perry donates 250 racks, 250 thou wow to the TSA workers down there at Hartsfield, Atlanta Airport, man. Like that's a lot of love. Shout out. That's Black Hollywood, y'all. We visiting Black Hollywood and we're gonna check out what Black Hollywood is doing for the people. Okay. Then we got Tiger Woods. We're gonna go check out Tiger Woods arrest body cam footage, man. If y'all didn't know, Tiger flipped the rover. He flipped the rover. It was crazy, but we're gonna go check it out. And then last but never least, on the five, what 50 Cent donates Diddy documentary dollars to sexual assault and domestic violence charities down there in Shreveport, Louisiana, where he at doing his thing. And man, we're gonna check out that because Black Hollywood is doing some phenomenal things. A lot of people cover the negative, but we can't forget the positive too, though, right? Oh, they don't want to hear that unless it's drama. Ain't no drama going on. But you know what? Say the drama for your mama. Let's get into these topics.
Let's do it.
Gucci Mane, and two other industry pros who were apparently kidnapped and robbed, according to the Justice Department, by Pooh Shiesty, by Big 30, along with some others. A total of 9 suspects have been arrested. So here's what we know. These DOJ officials say Gucci Mane was lured into what was a fake business meeting in Dallas at a music studio that turned into what they called an armed takeover, where Mane and these others were held at gunpoint. This is back in January. They got robbed of their Rolexes, their cash, their jewelry. At one point, Gucci Mane was even basically forced to sign a release from a record label. Priscilla Thompson is joining us now.
Yeah, Hallie, unbelievable, made for the movies kind of stuff. So Pooh Shiesty is signed to Gucci Mane's record label. So this business meeting was scheduled in January at a recording studio in Dallas, and Pooh Shiesty shows up with 8 other people. You mentioned Big 30. Also, his father was among those with him, and Gucci Mane shows up with 2 people. They're all in this recording studio together. Pooh Shiesty says to Gucci Mane, "Can we speak privately?" And he allegedly, according to this complaint, asked Gucci Mane to sign a release form that would release Pooh Shiesty from the record deal. Gucci Mane declined. They argue back and forth. Pooh Shiesty asks someone to bring him a bag and pulls out an AK-style pistol, according to this complaint, and demands.
That right there is where we gonna take a little break real quick. You heard what happened, cuz?
I heard it.
Okay. Tell me if I may be, I may be old school or something. But is that the way to get out your contract though? Is that an intelligent way to get out your contract?
It is absolutely not an intelligent way to get out of your contract. It's legal avenues that you can take, but you got to think about too, like, on the flip side of that, there was a guy once that kept people in their contracts by holding them over top of banisters upside down and stuff like that. So the violence part is rooted. The violence of ignorance in contracts is rooted in hip hop for some reason. So,
so as you saying, if Suge never did that, if Suge never set that example, then Pooh Shiesty wouldn't have been trying to top that. I'm a top Suge, because it seemed like he was trying to top. He was trying to top that. I feel where you coming from. That presence has been set in the hip hop culture. And that's why now it's like, okay, because I think that's a movie. Like I do think it's a movie. Like if Gucci Mane and Keisha Keough make a movie, I think they movie would go crazy. Especially with this done happen now. If you put the Yo Gotti stuff and her rise and him with his depression and with his what was the things he was talking about, and him going to jail and just his rise from the hood to all good.
In situations where he done already caught a case with the Jeezy boy, stuff like that. So
all that, the shooting and all that stuff.
He got some. He already got like hella cred behind his name for the type of person he is, or was, or reformed, whatever he is. However he rolled. So I think Pooh Shiesty and Pooh Shiesty Daddy was taking a heck of a leap to pull something off like that, and I can't say that if Suge wouldn't have did it, Pooh Shiesty wouldn't have did it. The nigga name ain't Pooh Honesty, it's Pooh Shiesty. So he's gonna do some shiesty stuff. What I'm saying?
Hold on, we'll run that back one time, everybody. You said his name ain't Pooh Honesty. That ain't gonna sell. Pooh Honesty don't even sound like I don't even want to hear his record.
Pooh Honesty, he's a gospel
Pooh
rapper.
Honesty.
That's
I might want to hear his record though.
That's his cousin that couldn't make it in the street rap, and so.
So which one was making the money, the Honesty or the Shiesty? Which one?
I think Shiesty make the money early, and then something crazy happened where he just do something stupid like this, lose it all, and Pooh Honesty probably make that long-term money where he's still performing at 45 doing gospel albums.
He make that long money, huh?
Yeah, it comes in longer for a long time.
Man, that long money sound like the right money.
Yeah.
Yeah, long money don't sound like the wrong money. Let's get back into it.
that Gucci Mane signed this document releasing him from the recording deal. After that document is signed, then he goes on, Pooh Shiesty, to steal Gucci Mane's wedding ring, other jewelry, his wallet. And then the small group of individuals goes back out into the larger group that's in that recording studio. And apparently all 8 of the other men who were with Pooh Shiesty pull out guns and began demanding property from Gucci Mane and the men who were with them. So we're talking about Louis Vuitton bags, Rolexes, cash, wallets. There's even physical altercations where there are photos of people with scratches. At one point, the complaint says that there was a man who had a gun put to his head, and they believed that they were all going to be executed, but they were.
Hold up, though. Hold up, though. We got to pause for the cause. So cuz they in there and they pull a whole jack move.
They did. Like, I mean, the lady, she couldn't have said it no better. It seemed like something from TV, you know. And if it wasn't charges filed, I would actually say that it was marketing. But being that it made it all the way to court, it's not a 50 Cent, you know, pull off a stunt to help your artist.
50 pull off a stunt because it's only sound like some 50 Cent type.
Right.
Yeah, I know it do sound 50-ish.
you
That's
know,
crazy.
The thing about this, man, is the people that went to jail. I don't know whose face that is on the screen right there. They look terrified. But
that's one of the young boys that's one of Shiesty's young boys who was out there. They done stripped everybody and told everybody to get butt naked and put the pistols to people's head and all types of wildness going on, man. Like,
you know, out in the street, when you do something like that and you don't get caught and you get far enough away, you can get out of reach almost, depending on how big the person is, how long their arms are. But when you put yourself in a situation like that and then you end up in jail, you put yourself in a box where you can be reached very easily, you know. And I don't think this was a smart thing to do at all for them fellas. Especially the ones that's riding with Pooh Shiesty that's not in the contract, that wasn't gonna get no money from it, even if he signed the contract. You know, I just don't think that was a smart move at all.
Yeah, they're not gonna touch them in jail though. Ain't no Gucci Mane ain't gonna touch. They punishment is jail for being stupid. Like, let's finish this because we got a little bit more to chop on this though.
Were allowed to leave eventually, and then this investigation took place where you have all of this surveillance video in and around the recording studio, the hotels, the rental cars that were booked, and you also had some of these people posting the stolen goods on social media. But what's more, Pooh Shiesty was, according to this complaint, under home detention. So there's electronic evidence that he was at that recording studio when he should not have been. He should have been
had
at
an ankle
home.
monitor on.
So obviously these arrests were made.
He was on probation
with an ankle monitor. He robbed Gucci Mane.
He was on federal probation. Like,
yeah,
you know, they don't have parole no more. So that's what I was told. But he was on, you know, where he had did the majority of his time, and then he was supposed to be, you know, probation in the halfway house and walk off the rest of his time.
Right. I mean, and you know, with record contracts, man, you know, contracts be so crazy because sometimes they may say you have a certain amount of time, but when you had those certain amount of time on the record contracts, is connected to a certain amount of work and albums or projects, you know. And if he didn't fulfill those projects, you know, he probably feel like, damn, I can't get out of this deal. But I mean, you can't just, you know, you can't just, like, you know, it's like buying a car. You can't just jump in there and just, or a house or anything and jump in there and just buy it just because it sounds good to you and then change your mind after the fact. It doesn't work like that. So
that's true, cuz but there's a narrative behind this that it was another rapper, rest in peace to Big Scar, and he was from Memphis, and that's Pooh Shiesty. I want to say it's his little cousin. I'm not sure. It might be his big cousin. It might be his little cousin. But when Big Scott passed away from an accidental overdose, he was signed to 1017, and Gucci Mane and them wanted the chain back. So that's what they're saying, that you know, that Pooh Shiesty love for his family, for his cousin, was what made him, you know, say, you know what, I'm gonna pull this move right here. And you know, that was the reason for the crash out.
Yeah,
Now,
but on federal probation with an ankle monitor with surveillance all around and 8 other people testify against you.
I know you got to be stupid. I know, like I love you, big cuz, and I crash out for you, but I'm going to at least try to do it better than that, though.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
put a mask on and do it by yourself, like,
Like,
you know.
I mean, nah, I mean,
That's
not even this. Like, I mean, you gotta, you know, you gotta.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
don't
be
know where the smarts at.
9
Where you
people
thinking
arrested.
about? What are you thinking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
What are you
I'm
thinking about?
And I mean, taking 9 people on the jukes is just it's just crazy, man. That's 8 people that can potentially turn against you if you get caught. So, and all it takes is one,
I
you
mean,
know.
that's
So
OG knowledge, but at
yeah.
the same time, though, you know, that's this little squad, you know, and if everybody stays solid, you know, they still won't go to prison. But they caught red-handed, like they're on. We see this picture right here, like they on the camera, flashing the stolen items that were reported in the police report.
So I mean,
You know,
it went from stupid to
what his
extra
face?
stupid. Yeah, it
What
went
his
from
face?
and,
What his
and,
face?
and got the shiesty on covering his chin up. Now this whole face, just his chin, like, oh, look at what we
It's
did.
like, come on, family, like.
But you know, the celebrities, man, all celebrities. I mean, all the way, you know, all the way up to, you know, like B. You know, she got the Beehive. There are crazy super fans out here. You know what I'm saying? It's even in
But
jail.
these young brothers not his fans though.
No,
This
no, no,
is
no, no.
partners though.
No, I'm talking
This
about
is
super fans that are ride for Gucci that he didn't even ask. He like, I don't even want nothing to happen. I just want him to go to jail. And then it'd be that super fan in jail that don't got nothing but time and don't mind getting more time. You get what I'm
well,
saying?
that's true. You
You
know,
know.
it's this sucker type narrative going around where, you know, people trying to call Gucci Man a snitch. And I'm like, Gucci Man ain't in the streets at all. You know, he a $1 billion, you know, $1 million guy. He ain't in the streets.
And
Gucci ain't.
he stay out the way, man. Every time I see him, he
He
on
not flipping
vacation.
no packs or
You know,
nothing. You know what
right?
I'm saying? So it's like so why would some street code, some bullshit ass street code apply?
Money,
You
man. It's just all is
you
about
know,
money. And I think he felt stuck in that contract. I mean, we've seen this story before, but it's just in a
you
different
think
format. You
you
know.
think you think Pooh felt stuck in the contract?
Yeah, yeah, and I believe and for his daddy to come with him, I believe his daddy probably influenced this and
But they
you
say his
know,
daddy a gangster now. It's a story. Well, you know, it's some guys who I was watching. I seen Poetic Flacco, Seti Nash, King AK, seen DJ Academics, all them guys. They all been covering Trap Low Ross. They all been covering this stuff, right? And through those networks, even the guy who was in the Young Dolph case, Hernandez, Govan, Just Say No to Score, all them guys. Everybody who was covering it was covering the aspect of where Gucci Man looking like a snitch. Um, Pooh Shiesty is looking like an idiot, you know, with Big 30 too, you know, and Big 30 music go, you know, like I was rocking with Big 30. Um, you know, as a rapper. But when you look at this and we look at the whole, you know, like we came up on hip hop because you know what I'm saying? Like I started making beats because I was your hype man, you know. So we got love for this. We really got we used to pop lock
that's right.
as jits, you know what I'm saying? Like we used to do that together, break dance. We had the, you know, your brother had us with the cardboard box, like
At 7-Eleven, Oxford, no,
you know what I'm talking about. So like
Maryland, out there with Genuine.
Yeah, out there with LG and them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, we really come from the hip hop, and then we still love, what rapping is or whatever, however they be trying to divide the two. But it's still that culture. And it's just like, okay, he did this based on trying to get out. If he did it based on trying to get out of the contract, we already know that, like, you ain't gonna get away with that today. Like, Suge got away with that because it wasn't the internet, it wasn't no cameras everywhere, it wasn't all
Right.
that,
Right.
So like, you're not gonna get away with that today. So for him to not even have the hints, a smidget of intelligence to know that like, man, I'm not gonna get away with this, then it was like he purposely crashed out because he knew everything was on camera. Like, he ain't that stupid. For
Right.
him
And
to
then
think, that Gucci man cares so much about his ego that he ain't gonna say nothing. That means that Gucci would have had to pay old boy, the cameraman, the white cat that got scratched up or whatever. They said Gucci had somebody else with him who was a off-duty police officer who was his security.
I think that was
And
the
that,
white guy.
I don't think that was. I think the camera guy was the white guy, or the
Yeah, that's possible.
videographer.
That's possible.
You know,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen the other guy who they allege was with him or whatever. But at the same time, right, listening to everybody's story, just listening to all the stories and then getting what I'm gonna get from it, and then listening to the news, because the news got the feds already. They wouldn't even have went and locked them up and did all that if they ain't have their case.
But
'Cause the,
so here's the thing. You know, I mean, like, we can have a whole damn episode on snitching, right? Um,
could we
but
though?
yeah, we could, because it's supposed to be some rules to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
So
Now,
what though?
but
If you ain't in the streets, because we could have it real quick. If you ain't in the streets, then it ain't no such thing as no snitching.
correct,
If
right.
if you are not involved in criminal
You're
activity,
you're not an accomplice. You're not
to criminal activity,
right.
then no
So
snitching does not apply to you.
here's the perfect example. Old lady standing on her front porch. Some thugs down the street. They get into it. Some shots are fired. The old lady called the police. That's not snitching. She's not involved in that situation. She's someone that lives in that neighborhood. Actually, she's a victim at that point. You get what I'm saying? And
Yes.
the same thing that I feel for Gucci Man. You know what I'm saying? If he's not out there, in committing no crimes. Now, if he was committing crimes with Pooh Shiesty, then yeah, that will make him a snitch, because
Look, here we go. Some people might think it was a crime for them contracts to be structured the way they structured.
well, that's committing. Well, that'd be a crime committed against them. But here's what I was trying to get at when I first started that. You cannot call nobody a snitch if you did it under video surveillance, and then you snitch on yourself by posting all the shit you stole. It's not snitching at that point. In some states, the victim doesn't have to press charges against you. Just the knowledge of the department knowing that it happened, the state is going to press charges,
Yeah, the
because
state will pick up the case. That's
yeah,
right.
they'll pick up the case. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Gucci said anything about it or not. You was dumb enough to rob this man for his Rolex, took his wedding rings, his Gucci bags, along with other things, and then you post it.
And
So
then
now
you
you got
post
to
it, right?
now you're hoping you can post bond. So just as much as you posted that, let's see if we can post bond and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, all 9 of them are not going to be able to post bond.
Man,
Not all 9 of them.
That's crazy. I don't think. Well, Pooh not gonna get no bond because
No,
that's a parole violation. So he
right. So I mean,
violated
you
his
got
parole.
to think about it. It's a parole violation, along with committing felonies on a digital monitoring device for Fed time. And one of those crimes is kidnapping and robbery.
Man,
You see what I'm
what
saying?
if Pooh have to do? What if because he violated, they make him go do? They double violate him and be like, okay, well, the whole sentence that you had to do, now you got to do all that again, attached to these new charges too.
That's possible. That's
That'd be
possible. They
crazy.
might not run it concurrent. They might make him I mean consecutive. They might make him run those things back to back. You know what I'm saying? He got to finish that time because that what he got was what you say he was on federal probation. So if he's on
Yeah.
federal probation and then say these are state charges that they give him, you get what I'm saying? He violated the federal probation, but he can still be brought up on those state charges, which means he might have to run those times back to back. So when he's finished with
Well,
his
they
fed
gonna
time,
run
he's
it
gonna have to go to
fed. They
state.
gonna run it state because they gonna run it fed because he had guys. The part of that 9, they came from Tennessee to Texas. So that right there on the interstate just made it federal. That made everybody getting hit with the Fed. That's why it's DOJ. Everybody's Fed because
Right.
they cross state lines to go commit a crime.
Yeah,
So everybody's federal. Like
and then it's
it's all straight Fed.
then it's all premeditated. Then they're gonna hit him with the charge with associate. If any of those other guys, I'm pretty sure somebody is out of the 9. When you're on federal probation, you're not supposed to have contacts with any other felons. You know what I'm
Absolutely
saying?
not.
So he's going to jail for a long time because at this point, the course is going to look at that he's a threat to the community regardless. He was out on an ankle monitor and he couldn't do right. He went to the point to where he went to go rob a music mogul. You might not want to be on the streets, and that's the way they're going to look at that.
Yeah, he's not getting bombed regardless. So like he's not getting bombed. And I don't think Gucci would do nothing streetwise to these people because for one he don't
much
have
food.
to. But yeah, but like he got too like he loving his kids and his wife and his life. Like why would
And the thing, and the thing about it
you
was,
know?
and the thing about it was, this happened kind of like in the dark, and didn't nobody know until these transcripts and stuff came out to how the level of what happened. So I don't think Gucci Man went out there broadcasting it and saying this and saying
Nah,
that.
he ain't say nothing. Like when
know.
everybody, I think like Seti Nash and King AK-47, I think they was the two who was kind of like breaking it first, who brought it to the net first, right? And Gucci Man never said nothing. He
Right.
never said he never said anything.
And he's not gonna say too much about it until it's all said and done, because I think, Gucci Man, he's not a checker player. He's definitely a chess player in the game, and he know how it go. He been there, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, the things that these young guys are doing, I believe, they went to the school of Gucci to learn how to do that stuff in some way.
You think they went to Gucci Man school? The Gucci Man school.
Yeah, I mean, think about that guy. He grew up coming up listening to Gucci. You know what I'm saying? To the point where when something was good, oh, it's Gucci. It's all Gucci. But
I mean, they say Burr. I mean, Pooh Shiesty would and 30. They brought the Burr back out.
Yeah.
So I know they idolized him in some form of way.
Right. And then the stupidity of you got father and son sitting in jail right now for this shit. That's crazy work. Crazy. Yeah, man.
That's super crazy. Yeah, they was even saying that like during the altercation, Gucci had looked at Senior and was just like, like, damn, bro, like this was going on. And he just kind of was just like, man, like I can't tell that young boy nothing.
I just can roll with him and get some time with him. That's all.
Like he already had his mind made up. What you want me to do? Like he already had his mind made up. So like, if I'm not gonna go against my son,
Yeah, but that ain't mean you had to go with him.
But he had no choice though. He had no choice.
People have choices.
He had no choice. I don't think he really had a choice.
What you think his son said? Dad, you gonna be a bitch ass nigga if you don't roll with me.
Nah, I don't think he said that.
You know what I'm saying?
I just think like he made his mind up to say, you know what? That's my son. This might be wrong, but I learned this lesson with him. You know, like I'm with you for everything, son. You know, I'm with you for everything. Like, you know this shit wrong. I know this shit wrong. I can't tell you nothing. I know how you feeling. I can't go against your feelings, you know, because you love your cousin, you know.
All right,
And
well,
and you willing to do whatever it take, and you feel like this right, even though I know this shit wrong, you know. It's like that's tough. I mean, because the only thing, like you said, cuz like the only thing he could have did was just walk off and just be like, man, I ain't even gonna do this. But then, you know, foolishness always has this, but then what if it works? You know?
yeah,
And
you know,
foolishness always has that dumbass
because they think they had the numbers. I tell
logic,
you what, my son
you
come
know?
to me and tell me some shit like that. Only thing I can tell him, nigga, I don't look. Don't call me every day because I'm not going to accept every call, and I ain't gonna be putting money on your books the whole goddamn time if you go over there and do this dumb shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? Period. That's the type of advice I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do your
that's why they
bid.
call you Cold Seasons, man.
That's right.
That's why
I'm
ain't
not
none of your babies doing no crime because they
no
already know
crime or
what
no
time it
time,
is.
and I'm not about to do your bid with you. I got some vacations. I got shit to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no sir.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So, but this was wild though. Let's go ahead and finish this video out.
Let's do it.
We know that 8 of the 9 men were arrested and have been charged with all 9 of them, though, charged with kidnapping and robbery. Tally, according to the complaint, there was a conversation with his parole officer who said, "You are not where you're supposed to be." And Pooh Shiesty said he thought he had permission to leave and told the parole officer that he would be returning home.
You are not where you're supposed to be. Yeah.
That's super crazy though.
Yeah, man. This is almost like a level of insanity, man. Just to put yourself in that situation, you know, why do you get to the point where you're up and you're out on federal probation, so you're up with a second chance, and you just throw it all away. I mean, honestly, the Pooh Shiesty brand and being tied to Gucci Mane is a moneymaker itself that other people can't afford that opportunity or don't have that opportunity, you know, and just to take it and throw it all away just to go back to jail. You know, I ain't gonna say that, but you know, I just think that most people want to stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? People that have a urge to return to jail, they got some other things in jail they try and get back to.
You said people that have an urge to get back to jail, they got some things they're trying to get back to.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I think so too, though. I think so too, because I'm just like, how could you not know that you're not gonna be back in jail behind this?
Right.
How could you not know that? You know,
I've never had to eat a meal behind bars. I heard the food is terrible. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's just I couldn't do it. You know, you go from the lobster and steak caviar lifestyle, you know, to
you ball the Cold Seasons balling, y'all. He said the lifestyle, babe.
Yeah. That's right. You know what I'm saying?
Who is that? Isn't that the life?
Neo.
Neo, yeah. Shout out to Neo, man. Already. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Yeah, cold bologna sandwiches and undercooked chicken.
Wait a minute.
I spent a couple days in there, man. That it ain't what's happening.
Even your delicacies is a swole, you know, and then
I like using it. I like having a bath. I like having my own bathroom.
Right,
You
right. You
know,
know,
I like being
yeah.
able to take a shower when I feel like it
Feel
and
like it. Right,
having
right.
my, you know, it's
And
my
then
own,
and then some,
my ice box, you know, my refrigerator, what folks call it. You know, I like
right.
being able to fill that up, having a deep freezer too, and being able to go on and, you know, and chef something up when we feeling about it, right? You know,
All that,
yeah,
man.
man.
You
Like
know,
we no microwave cooking. We ain't trying to make no swoles. You
no
know,
swolls,
yeah,
no hooch,
yeah. We ain't doing none of
fermented, all that crap.
no
Nah,
toilet water, none of that.
nah.
We
Yeah,
ain't,
making ramen noodle with toilet water. That's wild to me.
yeah, we don't want no
That's
salt
wild.
packs. We don't
That is
want no
wild to me.
salt packs, man. We graduated from oodles and noodles, top ramen, ramen, wherever however they call it, wherever they at, you know.
Yeah, well, Pooh Shiesty is definitely about to sit down for a while, so that's the thing.
Yeah. It's a sad thing, but man, they fumbled the bag, man. I don't know how they fumbled the bag that bad, but Pooh Shiesty showed you what not to do.
Right, but you know, and it will be interesting to when the story come out of what kind of contract Gucci had him in. You know what I'm saying?
I
A
don't
lot of
think it's the contract though. That's the thing. See, one of the things that I'm kind of understanding about this cuz is that he Pooh Shiesty felt that it was his emotions that
from the
allowed him
chain,
to
from getting the
crash out.
chain back from
Yeah, because it was what happened with Big God. You know what I'm saying? It was happening
yeah.
with what happened with his cousin, man. I think that that's what really, you know,
Yeah, because God had a sister, and then he kept
he just
hitting
crashed
God's
out
sister
on
up
him.
for the chain. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, so like it was a whole lot of stuff going on with that, and I think that was it where they was like, you know, like man, you're a millionaire, you know, hundreds of millions. Like why you
yeah,
tripping off a chain? And like where we come from, just having this chain is just a part of like our memory of our person who made it, you know. So like we gonna protect the chain. The chain ain't gonna be involved in no sucker ish. You know what I'm
right. But you
saying?
know, but
Like we
chains and hip hop has always been a badge of honor. And normally, when you get your chain from the record label, is your chain. You know what I'm saying? They give it to you.
yes, because it's an
I
event
don't think
because they write
Rockefeller.
it off. Yeah, they be
I
like,
don't think
okay, this was
Rockefeller asked for no chain back once they give it
50,000.
to you. You
You owe
know,
us 50, you gotta recoup that. Yeah, that's
right?
fair.
You know, so I
But
don't.
I don't know why 1017, the label, felt as though they needed that back. You know, that was a loaner. You know, I don't know why
Yeah,
they was in the loaner business. That's what it seemed like.
yeah, that's what it seemed like,
Gucci
man.
Man was like, nah, as long as you on this label, you could have the chain. But then when you're not on this label, you gotta get the chain back. So I don't know if that's something Gucci got from Suge too. Was you know, maybe Suge Knight's negative influence has had a multitude of effects.
Man, it's like a company vehicle. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You gotta give it back with a chain. You know, that's crazy. That's not. You know, that's like. It sounded like the label was balling on a budget. That's the way it seemed. You know what I'm saying? And,
Like, nah,
you
we're
know,
gonna get this steam clean and we're gonna give it to a new artist. There you
right,
go.
right. You know, no, man, that's crazy. That's crazy work right
It's
there.
frugal. It's frugal.
Yeah.
They frugal at 1017. They trying
Well, they should have been handing out smaller chains. You know, something. You know, give me a hat. Give me some
you
merch.
know, we
So
playing
I
with
ain't
it.
got to get back. You
Give
know,
me some merch. Give me
yeah,
some merch.
just
Give
give me
me a
some
couple
merch.
tees.
I get my own shirt. The rappers already admitted that they wearing fake chains anyway, so I just get my own
That's
chain made. You know, you're
crazy.
not gonna dangle that over my head like that.
That's crazy. But yeah, though, shout out to Gucci, man. Shout out to Pooh Shiesty, man, and you know, prayers for them too, cause man, foolishness. You know, I don't know if they have learned their lesson, but it's definitely gonna be one for the
Right.
books.
You know, and I'm glad that we watched this and had this because when I seen it, even when I was talking to the old lady, I said, how is Gucci Man do you get kidnapped? How does that happen? But it makes sense that Was somebody you trusted that you never thought would do no shit like that, you know, and
And
lured you
that
into.
always how you get. Cuz let me tell you this: the only people that have ever done me dirty is people that I trusted.
Yeah, and that's the way, that's normally the
Yeah,
way it is. You know, it's the
yeah.
people that's supposed to be.
Enemies, I ain't never allowed no enemy to, because they already show me who they is, so I know how to navigate.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. So
but
I was thinking,
the only people that ever have done me dirty that I could say, damn, that hurt my heart, because I was loving on them for real, and then they did some foul stuff, and then I was just like, man, like, why you do that? You know?
yeah, I was looking for to see. When I first heard about it, I was like, oh man, what Jay Prince gonna say? This shit is out of his hands. He don't even, you know, it's not even one of his type of thing, because ain't nobody from Pooh Shiesty ain't from Texas, you know.
No, no, no,
So
no.
this
And this
not
was
even
in Dallas. This wasn't even on his turf. His turf,
in his
Houston.
turf, right? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, even though that it was in Texas, I'm pretty sure the Texas people was like breathing a sigh of relief that it had nothing to do with them, and their spot was just used as a staging area
Hell yeah,
commit a
man.
crime.
That DF Dub, they like the Triple D. They like, man, y'all Memphis dudes crazy.
Mhm.
But yeah, y'all moving on to some more crazier stuff. We got U.S. Attorney Pam Bondi fired by the POTUS. We're gonna go ahead and jump into that. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi just got fired, y'all. She got the axe.
Loyalty was apparently not enough to save Pam Bondi's job.
We are so proud to work at the directive of Donald Trump.
According to sources, the president vented his frustration to allies, then a heated confrontation with Bondi last week. That led to today's shakeup. He fired the attorney general, posting, "We love Pam." As he announced, she is transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector. An unspecified role where Bondi said she is thrilled to continue fighting for President Trump. From two-term Florida AG to the Trump administration.
The partisanship, the weaponization will be gone.
The president raised expectations and pressure publicly.
She's going to go down as a great attorney general. I may change my mind about that. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll have cause say I was only kidding.
Missteps caused political pain. On the Jeffrey Epstein files, Bondi claimed DOJ had the late sex offender's client list.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Later reversing course with a memo.
Okay, now that right there, that's that right there, cuz it's sitting on my desk right now to review the client list. And
Right.
now where we are in society is there is no client list, it's just files. What you got on that?
Well, I know that after that she invited all the right wing influencers to the White House, and she gave them a binder, one binder about that thick, and said, "This is the Epstein files. Y'all go ahead on about your business." And it was just shit that was already released. I mean, like literal public record. None of the files that was none of the files that was released. I mean, I think she's lying. She's a liar. And she been covering this up before. I believe even before she even became AG, when she was down in Mar-a-Lago down in Florida as the AG in Florida. You know, so I mean, I just think that she's just another part of the shit show
She said she had the files. She
on
said
her
she
desk,
had the client list on her desk. All
waiting
right.
for review. And then right after that, she also said sitting right next to the Martin Luther King files and the JFK files that we're going to release. That was the same thing. That was the
She
same
said
interview.
sitting next to all of those different files.
Right.
Right? She said that. So if you was Trump, wouldn't you would have fired her too? Like
Nah, I mean, this was back in February of 2025 or something like that. So I mean, this is I think really what I think is going on is I believe, especially after her last sit down in front of Congress, that she's starting to realize that, you know what, if this dude croak before the term is over, or if he get impeached before the term is over, he's not going to be able to pardon me in no kind of way. And some of the things that he's asking of her, I think she's starting to buckle down. Like, hey, wait a minute, bro, you're gonna be gone, and I'm gonna be in prison if I keep on doing your bidding. So now that she's not doing it, just like Christy
Nah,
Nolan,
nah.
and he's cleaning. It seemed like he's cleaning house of all his women cabinet at this point. So we're gonna see
Of all the damn.
Yeah.
You just hate dude, don't you?
Yeah, I have
a passion.
I have a heavy dislike for him. Hey, look, hold up.
You hate dude with a passion. He just said he ain't even gonna be in there to help her. And he's sexist with it.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. You know, them women got their position because they, you know, they not terribly bad looking white women. And
they're not terribly bad.
Right. Right. But you gotta think about it too. Pam Bondi was the head attorney in Palm Beach for years.
Yeah,
you know, even
yeah,
you know, so I
AG
mean
down there.
yeah, so they already knew each other. She knew Epstein. She knew she's in bed with all them people, and who they talking about that they might appoint is actually his personal lawyer to become the AG, you know, of the whole United States. So now Donald Trump's personal lawyer is going to be the lawyer of the United States, which is crazy.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster, man.
Man.
And man, to have friends. What up, cousin?
What up, cuzzo? You know, I mean, his first cabinet, quite a few people went to prison. I don't think nobody went to prison yet in this administration, 47. But we shall see how it's
nobody's gonna go to prison in administration 47 because he's gonna finish all the way through, and then Kamala Harris is gonna get elected.
He's not going to finish all the way through.
Kamala Harris is going to be the president in 2020. When is the next time? 2028 or
2028. And Kamala is she's not going to run again.
Yes, she is. She's going to run and she's going to win. Watch what happens. Watch what I tell you.
Kamala
put some money on. Let's put some money on it.
No. I mean, I put $20 on it, but Kamala,
a dub,
Kamala is not going to because right now people want to switch her from leadership, and I think part of the reason.
So who they want? They're not gonna want Kamala. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think it's just too many.
So who's the person?
Even
the next
Democratic
Who's the
side?
Next person? Who's the next person? Who we got?
I mean, who knows? I mean, it may be Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom, you want the governor of California?
No, I'm saying who the potential people will be. You know, it's possibly Gavin Newsom. I mean, and you know, and you really can't say it's too early to put who's
Newsom
get the bid. That's just like nobody expected for JD Vance to be the vice president. You know what I'm saying? Except for the people that knew how the Heritage Foundation brought him up.
Gavin Newsom, you are a 100% liberal. You want?
No, I didn't say that I want him. I'm saying right now he would probably be the front runner.
He would be the Democrat. You think the Democratic Party will pick him?
It's possible, but I'm thinking that it's so
Who's
far out.
Who's the Republican candidate? Who's the Republican that's going to
They don't have no candidate. They want what's the JD Vance? They want JD Vance to take over.
They want him to go next?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the Heritage Foundation, check it out. The Heritage Foundation, they propped up a whole lot of money to get JD Vance to where he at. And I'm banking on that even the Heritage Foundation wants it to be a situation where Trump kind of do, you know, and then JD Vance can take over. So I'm seeing that, and then I think that will
so you think JD Vance will be the next president, not Kamala Harris?
I don't think JD Vance will be the next president. I don't think the next president will be a Republican at all, honestly.
You think I think it'll be a Democrat too, though. But who do you think the Democrat will be? Gavin Newsom?
I don't know. But right now he has the momentum, you know, and so you know it's a while. I mean, you got a while to 2028. They not no one is going to start to make that move until after November, until after the midterm. No, you good? To after the midterms.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's finish this out.
And testimony before Congress.
Our memo on Epstein clearly points out that there was no client list, our July 6th memo.
Bondi was caught in a
She just capped though. She just said, I got the client list on my desk. And then she just said right there that there was no client list. Is that what happened? Is that what we just watched? I don't know, y'all. That's what we just watched. I'm on my Good Friday, right? I'm on my Good Friday. They done killed Jesus. All right. So we waiting on him to resurrect on Easter, right? On Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, did we just hear her say, like they got the footage, we watching it in real life. She said, I got the client list and it's on my desk along with MLK and JFK.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just said, there was never a client list, but there are files.
Right.
Because that's what we get now. We got the files.
Correct. That's what she did. And I mean, and that was last month. So now that she's fired, she's supposed to testify later on this month in front of Congress. And they already said that she's still obligated to testify in front of Congress, even though she no longer holds a position, because she got to testify about how she debacled this whole thing and botched this whole whole Epstein job. Yeah, this whole Epstein file thing. So she's gonna have a
lot of double talking.
Right. And I don't know if you watched her testifying in front. It was something I never seen before. I mean, she was telling these people like, don't you ever. I mean, she was talking to them like they were grade school children, and she was a substitute teacher that came to school high that day and knew she was gonna lose her job.
She came. That's a lot, right?
Yeah, man.
That's a lot. That's why. Let's finish this out, though.
Tight corner with MAGA, Epstein survivors, and bipartisan lawmakers demanding more Epstein disclosures. The president blasted the Epstein attention as distraction, all while Mr. Trump expected her to prosecute his perceived adversaries.
I'm looking at Pam because I hope something's going to be done about it. These people put our country at great danger.
The president posted his complaints to Pam, writing, all talk, no action, nothing is being done.
We'll be taking all available legal action.
Tonight, reaction about Bondi from the family of Epstein accuser, the late Virginia Giuffre. We hope she has the courage to testify and actually do right by survivors this time.
What was a
Yeah, but her mistake was not running the Justice Department independently, free of influence, that much influence from the president. In the beginning, like they just showed at the end, he sent out tweets, subliminal tweets. That wasn't subliminal tweets. Anybody that was watching it, Pam need to do something about this. And then all of a sudden there's something being done about it. That's just like she tried to prosecute James Comey. That failed. She tried to prosecute Letitia James from the Southern District of New York. That failed. And these were all people that went after Trump for some of the crimes he committed. And Letitia James, she actually won and ended up getting, I don't know, like $200-300 million settlement, not settlement, but payout from Trump and his family for their inflating and deflating tax assets, And so when Trump got back in, he went after them, and both of those failed. So I think he feel like she can no longer cover up the Epstein files. All the cases that he wanted to go after his political opponents have hit a dead end, So now he wants someone else in there. And she made that mistake. She should have kept instead of being a loyalist that would do all his bidding, she should have kept the Justice Department free of the clutter and all the corruption. And you got the same thing going on over at the FBI with Kash Patel. So, we'll see how long he be in there. If he don't, I think he might be the next one to be ousted And if it's not
You
him,
think he gonna get rid of Cash too? Cash
yeah,
doing good though.
he
They
probably gonna
locking,
get rid of
man. They
Cash. I mean,
locking that. They
yeah,
locking.
I mean,
The
even Dan
lockups is
Bongino,
happening. They
yeah,
getting the. They
yeah,
got the
Dan
Pooh
Bongino's
Shiesty in them. Like all that's is Cash Patel is at the top. So all of that is on his resume. We done locked up Gucci Man. We got the whole this thing. I mean, not Gucci Man, Pooh Shiesty. You know, we got all these drug cases, all these fraud cases, all of that is stuff he get the because he's the director. So everything that everybody else does throughout that whole network,
right. But see,
he gets to put that in his bullets in his resume for whatever his next level of elevation is.
his
Like
next level of elevation will be outside of government, far away from it. He won't be able to be in government no more.
but this the thing though. This the thing though. You might be right about that, cuz but the private sector with a real paper act, you
Yeah, but
know.
Cash
So
rich.
so if he go
Cash been
from
rich.
so if he go from but that's what I'm saying. So like if he go from this position here to now something private, like they was talking about with her, like she going to the private sector. She not gonna be doing anything government anyway. She was just appointed by the president, and the president has the ability to appoint attorney generals and fire attorney generals. So with that authority based on their position, they can hire this dude and he could not fit the bill and he could be gone too. Just
Right.
in a second. You know,
So
like he could
the
do
way that it
90
works.
days and then Trump could be like, you know what? I don't even like how you moving.
He has
Get you up out of
so
here.
so he can appoint me, right? For
Yeah.
120 days without confirmation. But after that 120 days, I got to go. And then and that gives him time to get the person in that he want to put in front of the Congress for confirmation. So whoever coming in next still have to be confirmed. So even though Cash Patel is in there, he was confirmed. Pam Bondi was confirmed. Christy Nome was confirmed.
Absolutely.
Linda McMahon, she was confirmed. So all those people was confirmed by Congress,
Right.
but it was definitely through a majority. With the majority of Republicans having, as many seats as they have.
I mean,
But
that's how it works. I mean, blame it on
right,
government.
right,
That's how it works.
right,
You know,
right. You
you got to
know,
get
but
your people. You got to get your people with
so
the
what
party that you rocking
right.
with
So
in
they have to
office.
rally across the aisle. Right now, the Democrats have to rally across the aisle with Republicans and find, I think, like 8 Republicans that would turn around and be like, hey, we got to make sure whoever this next AG is, that they are independent. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to uphold the law and not just
So
do
you need
bidding.
some moderate Republicans. That's what you saying.
Absolutely, yeah. And every Democrat, and honestly, you would need one more because we don't have John Featherman. John Featherman he's a Democrat. That's a
Look how he
Republican. You know
said
what I'm saying?
we.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
I
it. You
mean,
so into
yeah.
politics.
I'm talking.
He said we. He said
I'm
we
talking how I vote.
like you
I'm
just
not.
rode in on the elephant.
Hey man, I'm I'm not a closet voter. I'm not a closet voter. You know what I'm saying? I
He just
I
cold
stand
T just
behind
came
my
in on the
party,
elephant, y'all. Just
and
like he said we. We
I
need
stand
this
behind
one.
my party, and I call out my party bullshit too.
I
So I
love it.
mean, if there's bullshit, I'm gonna call it out. I'm not just gonna write it. I'll be like, oh well, what about? I don't. I'm not living in what about is. I'm not doing it.
He's not living in what about it.
No,
I
not
ain't
doing
living
it.
in what about it either.
Right, right.
So now what about what about filmmaker Tyler Perry donating 250K to the TSA, y'all? I mean, checking out Black Hollywood, a lot of times, we hear so much different stuff about Tyler Perry, from people not liking his style of comedy, from people disagreeing with him wearing a dress and all these different things, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. Seeing the human side of Tyler Perry, that's what this is, and that's what we salute. So we're gonna go ahead and get into a clip about that.
There is now a happy ending after days of confusion over Tyler Perry's generous donation to Atlanta TSA workers. I talked to a Tyler Perry spokesperson this afternoon who confirms employees will now be allowed to keep the gift cards after all. Tyler Perry donated $250,000 in $1,000 gift cards to support officers who worked nearly 6 weeks without pay during the shutdown, some struggling to buy groceries, gas, even facing eviction. At one point, workers were getting a call from management telling them to return the cards. That sparked frustration and a wave of public backlash. As of today, the spokesperson for Tyler Perry tells me that they received a notice from the DHS and TSA legal teams that the issue is resolved and TSA will keep the donation. Important note here.
Hold up, y'all. Before the important note here. Was that Nia Long? Y'all see Nia Long back there?
What? She was
I
behind
don't
Tyler
want
Perry.
I don't want to take the shine off Tyler. But I'm just saying though.
I mean, you kind of did just now, nigga.
I
didn't even
did,
see her.
though.
But how'd she get up in the mix? I mean,
I'm
we
just
talking
saying
about
that. I'm just
TSA.
saying she was flashing through my brain.
Man, stop leave that woman alone, man.
Let me see. Hold up. I'm gonna try. There she go. Is that
How you see that? How did you even see that?
Is that Nia Long? Do you know who that is? That's Nia Long.
That's who that look like. Yeah, man. How did you even see that, bro? Like
you don't see that smile?
I see it now. I mean, I would have never seen it if it flashed up there so fast, man.
I'm just saying.
Oh, Hawkeye.
You know, they call me Young Hawk and Bird.
She back there peeping like, look at me.
That's Nia Long right there in the background. They got Tyler shining for real. Like he got Nia Long back there.
Nah, he's just in front of a poster, man.
They needed something extra, because they needed something extra right there to pop his glow. I don't think they needed it for real.
Bro, Tyler Perry do not need he makes her glow.
He makes her glow?
He makes her glow.
Nah, stop it, man. That's Nia Long. You being disrespectful.
Man, Nia Long got to get a check from somewhere. He's writing her checks.
He writing her checks, so that
he writing her checks.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
I guarantee you, if her bills ain't paid, she ain't smiling like that. She's smiling because her bills got paid.
Nia Long bills paid. Nia Long got cake. What you talking about?
Look, I mean, you got cake. You got cake to your living, to your your lifestyle.
Her needs is met, then that's good. What else we need, man? You can't
listen.
Take that
Hey, look, if she had cake like that, she wouldn't be in that photo because she wouldn't need more paper. You always need more paper.
Man,
people.
Let me tell you,
people up there. She got bills like we got, but they bigger.
What happened is they was highlighting a brother, and they said, you know what, the brother ain't married. So what we need to do is we need to make sure he got a fine sister behind him that people will recognize, because the glow extra highlight his glow. And
I ain't going in that rabbit hole with you.
You ain't buying that.
I ain't going in that rabbit hole with you right now.
You ain't buying that.
You unpacked more luggage than you brought to the vacation, man.
I was gonna put all that on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had my outfits planned. I was gonna change every 8 hours.
No.
That's what Pooh said he changed every 8 hours.
You wearing outfits on top of outfits.
I was gonna put new drip on every 8 hours. That's
Come
all.
on, man.
I just wanted to share some of that drip with TP, man.
Man, let's get to TSA. You got Nia Long up here. Man, come on. Man.
Okay.
And telling them to return the cards. That sparked frustration and a wave of public backlash. As of today, the spokesperson for Tyler Perry tells me that they received a notice from the DHS and TSA legal teams that the issue is resolved and TSA will keep the donation. Important note here. Perry spokesperson says that they had a legal sign off from TSA before they ever took those gift cards to the airport to make that $250,000 donation. In all, about 100 gift cards were returned, but when they were returned, most of them were empty. But
look at God.
Look at that, right? So
I mean, why would
they can get the physical gift card back because this is kind of sweet. Some of them said, like, I want the gift card as a memento. Even though it's empty now, I still want the gift card as a memento.
But I mean, the fact that he's going out of his way to do this, or anyone goes out of their way when people are literally struggling, I'm just happy to know that they can keep the money.
Yeah.
And hopefully more will come to help because a lot of people are still
interesting
hurting right now.
because a couple of the TSA sources I talked to today say, like, listen, he is our modern day Robin Hood.
Yeah.
And he is this team's hero. And that was true even when the gesture, we didn't know whether we'd be able to keep it or not. So, and important to note, there were a lot of gift card drives around the country. We know that in Charlotte, in Raleigh-Durham, in Denver. So we're happy that there's a result here.
And hopefully there will be more.
Yeah.
Because help is still needed.
And hopefully there will be more because help is still needed. And you know, for Black Hollywood, Tyler Perry, we just want to give you an applause and a salute, man, because you know, ain't too many people doing it like we doing it, you know. So he's standing on business, man. You know, he's looking at people and he's seeing where people are struggling and they could use some help, and he got it. So he ain't scared to go and share it.
And the best part about it, he's seen the forecast before the storm. So his legal team had already picked up that they would try something like that and got them to sign off on it before he even did it. So that was the good part about it. Then they tried to walk it back, but they had already signed the papers and took the money.
Yeah. I mean, the TSA agents, that's not for them. You know, like, I mean, the TSA agents, they were the people who haven't been receiving a paycheck.
Right.
You know, and I know how that is. I work for the department. I'm a retired from the Department of Homeland Security. I always say I'm a retired Fed. Okay. And I know what it is to not get paid. I know what that feels like to be in a situation, even if you, like I said, like I was a better steward of my finances when I encountered that, when we came across that. But that didn't negate the fact that if I would have been younger and at that period in my life where I didn't understand, where I didn't have my things together, you know, then I understood what people were going through who hadn't reached that level of fiscal stewardship over their own personal finances, you know. So definitely love and shout out to Tyler Perry, man, because you know, it's a lot of wealthy people who ain't doing nothing for nobody else. They don't care about doing nothing for nobody.
Yeah, Tyler definitely came through. And I mean, you know, I can't say that if I was one of those workers and $1,000 came through, my envelope would have been one of those empty ones returned.
You said you would have gave the gift card back empty.
Yeah. You know, he would have got the card, but he wasn't tripping no cash on it.
You gotta understand, when you get it like that, you don't care. That's
right. Because he
didn't
want it back. He didn't want it back.
Peep this. That's because he gave from his heart.
Right.
And this is another thing I say, like, this is something I had to learn when you give to family. When you give to family, you typically don't care if you get it back or not. That's usually normal because you gave the family and you already understand that this person has a history of not prioritizing certain things that you prioritize. So by them needing your help, then you should know that they wouldn't need your help if they had prioritized it, because you don't call them and ask them for the same things because you prioritize it. So it's not a negative, but you give in understanding the fact that they don't have it because they're mismanaging what they have already. So give to help from your heart. Don't worry about getting it back. If you get it back, it's cool. You know, like, but it's not on some, if you get it back, then they can keep their line of credit, because I ain't the bank. But it's just like, if they get it back to you, then that's cool, because hopefully they are becoming a better manager of their finances. That's what they're trying to do. They aren't trying to now use you as a dependent to their lack of discipline of their own finances. I think a lot of adults have that already with their children, and we allow other family members to act like our children, and we treat them that way. And we have friends and stuff like that we do too that do the same thing. But I think the only responsibility for a human being is their child when they acting like that. So for him to use that same mindset and say, you know what, I'm just gonna give, even if he get to write it off, who cares? He don't have to give in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, he came through for 250 people with $1,000 a wop. So I mean, that's very noble. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, he just dropped the bag.
and it wasn't alone. It
Oh.
wasn't alone. So it wasn't like he trying to get anything back. So that's all.
Nah, he gave him gift cards.
Right. And the other thing is, what makes them think that people that haven't been paid in weeks, you can give them 1,000 gift cards, call them back 3-4 days later and tell them to bring the gift card? Nigga, that shit was gone. It was gone day one. You know what I'm saying? Who would they think? I mean, they really think people just sitting around like, okay, well, I got this gift card. Let me sit on it. I ain't been paid in 3 weeks.
Well, you
That card was
you
gone.
have some people that may have had their finances in order and was just like planning to do
I'm not
something.
talking. I'm not talking. I ain't talking about them people.
You know, I know you talking about the
people.
Negroes.
I'm
You talking about the
no.
Negroes.
Because I'm
Yeah,
pretty.
you did, yeah, because
some white Negroes too. If you tell you,
no,
you know
no,
what I'm
no.
saying?
But see,
the thing about
I
it
don't
is-
put a color on. I'm removed
on
from
niggas.
that.
You don't put a color on niggas.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm removed from that. I'm removed from putting a color on the behavior or the ideas that's associated with ignorance.
Right, but I'm not
because I
but
understand social classism.
I'm talking about the greatness of Tyler Perry, not if individuals had their finances together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's what
I'm
you're talking about.
really-
Yeah, you is talking about if people
the-
had their finances together, because that's how you separate those people you talking about from the people that might have still
Well,
had
I'm
the
talking about
stack
people
on the
that
card.
wasn't getting paid. No matter, okay, so no matter if their finances were together or not, Tyler Perry did a great and noble thing. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can't really be the scale on, you know, who had their shit together, who didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people
You
did,
could
some
guess.
people didn't.
You could guess, yeah.
I
Some
ain't-
people
I
did,
ain't-
some, but that's a guess. Some people did, some people didn't.
Yeah.
That's the guess right there. What you talking about?
Yeah, some people did, some people didn't. You know,
Man,
some
I
people
ain't
did,
messing
some
with
people
you,
did.
man.
But I wasn't gonna debate on who had it together, or who didn't. You know, I mean, some people do, some
have it
people
together.
don't.
No, that was just
but one
more my
thing,
point.
but one thing about that situation, no matter if they had it together or if they didn't, they all did not get paid until Tyler Perry came through and gave them some money. So, you know,
That's true. That's a fact.
You know.
That's a fact. But that little stack that he came through with came through in the clutch, man. So, you know, so we got to give it up to Tyler Perry, because it wasn't nobody else coming through in the clutch. And Tyler Perry, I don't care what he do, how he make his money or whatever. That ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? He looked like me in the flesh, you know, and he out here doing his best. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had 250 to drop off to help some people out who I think deserve it and need it. You know, like, that's love, that's commendable, you know, that's respectable. And we appreciate you, Tyler Perry, man. That's Black Hollywood doing things that everybody ain't covering. Everybody got the Pooh Shiesty, everybody got the drama and everything else, but ain't nobody talking about how our Black brothers is out here doing some positive and doing some good, you know? So that's what we're going to talk about over here. Brunch with the fellas, Chef Earl Pearl, Cold Seas, and we're going to get into this next topic.
Let's do it.
Now, now we got to go and look at Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods got arrested. We got the body cam footage, man.
And we had said something about it last Friday. Remember at the end of the show, he had just got arrested that day, last Friday, and it was something. But you got the footage though. You got your hands on the footage. Let's look at that, man. Let's see what's going on with old Tiger.
The released body camera video shows the moments Tiger Woods was arrested. Deputies say the golfer showed signs of impairment after he clipped a truck while speeding and rolled his car over last week. Those are the allegations. And now we're seeing the moments police transported Woods in the back of a patrol car. ABC's Perry Russum is here with more. So, Perry, take us through this video and what it's showing.
Yeah, so we are seeing this video for the first time. It was released by the Martin County Sheriff's Office. It shows the moments after the crash involving Tiger Woods. So take a look at your screen here. We see Tiger Woods in the back of a patrol car. His hands are cuffed behind him. It appears he is sweating profusely. That is from outside of the patrol car. So he is interacting with a sheriff's deputy there, appearing to do an impairment test of some kind following that sheriff's deputy's finger there going back and forth. While he was in the patrol car, he was sweating profusely, it appears. An officer asked Woods if he was cool in the back of the car. He responded, nope. It then appears air conditioning was adjusted to cool him down. This was all part of a larger records release. We are getting hours worth of video from the moments after the crash. During that ride, Woods had...
That shit is so bad right there. They got, what is this? What is that? What the fuck is this?
I guess he couldn't. I guess he couldn't walk, and they said do it with your hands.
What the fuck is he doing?
I don't know. That's the first time I ever seen that one.
What the fuck is he doing?
You know how you do heel to toe when you walk?
What he gonna do? Fist that he gonna do fist to fist?
I guess so. I don't know what the fuck that is, man.
Come on, man. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't even know what that is.
I never seen it before. I never.
And then they got my man Tiger looking crazy, looking big forehead. Vivo Loud, he got more head than he got body.
That body, bro. He came out the house like that.
They got my man looking bad. He got the Homer Simpson, the dough face on.
Yo,
why they doing my man Tiger like this, man?
That's honestly who I seen the first time I was looking at it, but I didn't want to say it, and you just came out.
The Homer Simpson, the dough. He got the Homer Simpson face on.
Yeah, he looked like the dude from the bar that run the bar. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know his name, but yes, I do.
Duff, D-U-F-F. I think that's his name.
Duff.
I think it's Duff. I think it's something like that. But the dude from the bar, man.
Man, we ain't gonna go bad on you, Tiger, man. We love you, man. You know,
yeah, we love you, but hey, man,
remember when we used to? I was telling my pops this, man. Remember when we used to get dropped off down there at Haynes Point for the golf joint?
Yeah, with Jack Nicklaus.
And now with Paul Berry. He said with Jack Nicklaus. You wish.
Jack Nicklaus was down there.
We wasn't in LA. No, we was not with Jack Nicklaus, man.
Listen, he made a stop. We went to golf camp and he was there. I remember, bro. I remember.
We met Jack Nicklaus?
We met Jack Nicklaus. Yes, we met Jack Nicklaus.
For real? Paul Berry had bought Jack Nicklaus there and we was there that day?
I'm telling you, we was there, bro. Yes, I remember it. I remember.
I don't remember meeting
it. It was sunny and the sky was clear and the grass was green. I remember it, brother. I
we met Jack Nicklaus. We were some jits then.
Yeah.
But I remember we would go hit the I remember we would go drive. We would never stay at the camp all day. We would leave and run around DC, and we would go to the driving range, and all the white kids' dads would be like, "Hit it how they hitting it. Hit it how they hitting it." But we ain't had no supervision. We used to get dropped off.
Yeah,
I remember that, man. And we used to drive. You know, we used to hit the balls like real far, man.
Driving range.
At the driving range, and all them white kids it was a lot of white kids and other Asian kids and everything. They parents was with them, and they dads would be like, "Hit it how they hitting it. Hit it how they hitting it." You know what I'm saying? Right. And we was by ourselves smacking this shit out there. You know? For real, man. People watch, they don't even really know what's going on. But Tiger Woods, like, if our dads was there, we could have been the first Tiger Woods.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know, I ain't gonna do that.
Man.
But I'm just saying though. I mean, his dad name is Earl, my name Earl. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just saying. Earl was messing with the golf, man.
You
know, that's all I'm saying. Let's check out Tiger, man.
Some questions for the officer, including how long the detainment process would be. There you see him in the back of the patrol car. The sheriff's office says on Friday, Woods was driving his Land Rover at a high rate of speed. He tried to pass a truck, but clipped a trailer the truck was pulling and flipped over. According to the probable cause affidavit, Woods says he was looking down at his phone, changing the radio station, and did not see the truck.
Tiger rolling like I'm look at
Oh,
Tiger.
look at him, man.
Tiger rolling.
Oh yeah, and just for the record, his name is Mo.
Mo. He looking like Mo for
That's
the
how
Mo.
Tiger's looking. He's
He
looking like Mo.
Like not like Mo. Not like Mo.
Yeah. Oh my, he's hit, bro. That's that. I promise I will never do this again.
That's how you know about that shit right there.
That's what. Nah, shit, my shit. We not even gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? I jump. Wow.
Look,
I'm back there like,
right
look.
there? You know
I'm
about
back
that,
there
cuz?
like, I'm back there like, fuck you, man. Piece of shit.
You ain't spitting on the plexiglass.
Nah, fuck nah. That's a charge.
Oh, that's a charge.
Yeah.
Man, Tiger like, God damn, I'm fried. He like, man, if I could just come down a little bit.
That don't even look like him. That look like the nigga down the street. The hell.
Man. Tiger off a beam.
I think you know,
beams.
so this is the bad thing, man. You know, them snapshots when people pause, like that's just the moment where
yeah, I mean, of course,
you
it's
know,
the
and it
internet.
just
That's what we do,
and it makes it look so bad, man.
You know. I mean, we like we just.
That's
said,
the blackest I ever seen Tiger look.
That's the blackest you ever seen. You
right there. That shot
we
right
love
there.
Tiger Woods.
We do. But
Tiger Woods.
Tiger got to stop flipping over cars and shit. You know, that's his third DUI, man.
I mean, the first time he had all the ladies, he had all the different ladies going on, all the mistresses. And,
yeah. He left the house, got into a fight with his wife and all that shit.
It's just like, man.
I'm gonna tell you, man, if you're drunk at home, you get into a fight with your wife, don't leave the house in your car. Don't even go for a walk. Just go sit on the porch or something. Just don't.
Just go sit on the porch. Go grab a blanket and sleep on the back porch.
On the porch, in the bathtub, something. Do not leave the house in your car or on.
You know.
And
don't even cuss her out. Don't even cuss her out because you don't even want to tempt her to be like, I call the police. You ain't never did that. Don't even try it.
Right.
So don't, you know what I'm saying? So don't even cuss her out. Just be like, all right.
But you know, he blew zeros. He was not drunk. So they saying that he was high on the substance.
You know, but I mean, we in a world now where you have
everything.
Medical cannabis. You have people who have prescriptions. You know, I have my own prescriptions too, and I don't take my prescriptions when I got to drive and operate vehicles and stuff because some of my prescriptions say that some of the side effects are drowsiness. You know,
right? You be looking like that right there,
and I'll be right there clenched in the back seat of the other squad car, in the back seat of the squad. You know, with my eyes closed, like. What's going on?
Well, I bet that air conditioner. That's when the air conditioner came. Because remember they said he was hot and they cut the AC on. That's when that AC hit right. That's what that is. That's that AC hit right there when you hot.
So he just think about getting cool right now. He ain't even think about bond or nothing like that, huh?
Yeah, he ain't got to think about bond. He know he ain't gonna be in there that long. He know his jail stay is way shorter than the ramifications that's going to follow him behind that, you know, as far as endorsement deals and all that. The bond and the jail shit, I think that's the least of his worries.
T. Woods don't care about no endorsements no more. Like, he already paid off residuals. Like, wherever he got his money invested, his interest, he living off interest. He's not worried about no new.
Yeah, but he was on a big time comeback. You know what I'm saying? He got a tournament to play in a couple days.
He'll still go do that and knock that out. He'll still go do that and knock that out. That's light.
But you know, they have something in these contracts called moral clauses. And some of the moral clauses you have to pay out. And like you said, he's not going to have to, it's not going to hurt him to have to pay back some money. But at the end of the day, it does put a stain on him. And it may X him out of other tournaments for a little second. You know what I'm saying? Because Tiger Woods is one of them golfers that get paid to be at the tournament where other golfers are paying to be in the tournament and hoping that they win. You
Because
know, and
he's a
that's
legend. Because he's a legend,
a
right?
legend.
And let me tell you something about what you just said. I agree with you. But do you think a moral clause applies to this legend? He already, let me tell you something. If a moral clause applied to Tiger Woods, he would already be disqualified. He had like 13 porn star girlfriends. Is you crazy?
But yeah, he was disqualified
He had
for
a
a
whole
while. He worked his
lineup.
way
He had
back.
like 15 of them. He had a whole. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. He had a Becky harem.
I mean, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about what he hit. I'm just talking about at the same time, like morally, he had all these different women. So morals go out there, and he was married. So, and he still done one tournament since then. So it's like, no, nobody cares. Tiger put the little ball in the hole, you know, and we rocking with you, man, for real. They never Quaalude. They love him again.
Yeah, Tiger be all right. He be all right.
You
I
know?
think he gonna be all right. I actually think he gonna beat this case.
Never holding one. They love him again.
I think he gonna beat this case because he blew zeros and he refused to piss. So, with a good lawyer, you'll beat that.
Tiger Woods with a good lawyer.
Yeah. So he'll
imagine him not. Imagine him not.
He's going to beat that case. He's going to lose his license for a year.
What license? His driver's license?
Yeah, that's
I'm glad you said that. I don't even know why he don't have a driver.
Exactly.
I don't even know why Tiger Woods don't have a driver. Just so
Right.
he could just pop a pill if he need to, hit a J, get drunk,
Right.
whatever he need to do to feel like Tiger. You know, I think he haven't found the right person. You know what? Tiger Woods, I'm gonna say this right now because I'm gonna put this out there right now. Tiger Woods, man, if you need a personal driver, somebody to stay sober all the time, I will sacrifice. I'm gonna tell you my number. I'm gonna write it down on a piece of paper, and I'll make sure you get everywhere you need to go for the rest of your life, bro. That'll be my job, and I'll be cool with that. I'm a disabled vet, so driving, I could drive. I could just drive you around. I could be Tiger Woods' personal chauffeur. You know what I'm saying? And we'll make sure that you get everywhere you need to go, bro. Whether it's birthdays, bar mitzvahs, whatever, safely and sound. I got you. I'm gonna hold you down. You know what I'm saying? So holla at Chef Earl Pearl. Holla at Chef Pearl at DBCHEFTV, Tiger, and I got you. You know, and I'm gonna drive anywhere. You know, we can keep a license on us to do what we need to do for security. So that's what he needs. He needs a person dedicated to the survival of Tiger. You know, and because he don't have that, he out here flipping rovers, man. He out here, you know, spinning rovers in the middle of the road.
He definitely needs somebody to be looking after him. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
You know,
and I do that, man. I say, you know what? To heck with DBCHEFTV.
Right. And you know, Tiger Woods, he's a billionaire.
I'm driving for Tiger now.
He's a billionaire, and there's no reason for him not to have a driver. So, you know, call DB Chef Transportation and get the #1 driver.
It's your #1 driver, man.
Get the #1 driver.
Safe everywhere we go.
And you can get some good food as well.
And he get some good
Yeah.
Let him know.
Chef it up for him.
You know what I'm saying? Food for the hangover, right? We got food for the hangover. We got food for your hangover, man.
Oh Lord. Well, I think the key is to eat first. Eat first.
Yeah, you know, we let the baby
eat first.
eat. You know,
look at this. He rolled over. He all the way on the side. Nice roll.
All the way rolled it.
According to that affidavit as well, 2 hydrocodone pills were found in Woods' pants pocket. That drug is used to treat severe chronic pain, and the side effects include dizziness and drowsiness. So let's take a listen to that video released by the Sheriff's Office.
So at this time, I do believe your normal faculties are impaired, okay, and you're under the unknown substance, okay. So at this time, you are under arrest for DUI, yes, sir.
So nobody was injured in this crash. We know Woods took a breathalyzer test, which he passed. He refused to take a urine test that is typically used to detect drugs and medication. His charges include driving under the influence. He has pleaded not guilty, Diane.
Yeah, he's going to beat that. Yeah, he's going to beat it. Unmute yourself.
You think? Why you think he's going to beat it?
Because for one, if he has a prescription for the hydrocodone, you're not supposed to drive using it. But I believe
super fact.
I believe with his track record of having the DUIs and stuff like that, and then blowing zeros and having the prescription for hydrocodone, I believe his lawyers they'll honestly be able to probably get him out of that. And then at the end of the day, he refused a urine test. So they would never know if he was under any kind of influence or not. You know, they just found pills that he possibly have a prescription for. So I think he'll beat that one right there. You know, it's a lot different than being drunk. You know, when you're drunk, they can smell it. You talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think I definitely think he'll beat that one right there.
For sure. For sure. So, you know, prayers to Tiger Woods, you know. We know he's going through a lot, man. I know how it is to deal with pain from injuries and stuff, and you know, we just hope you get through it, bro. You know, because we love Tiger Woods, man. Like, we could have been you before you, because I think we a little bit older than Tiger Woods. You know,
we might be.
Yeah, I think we a little bit older than Tiger Woods. I think we got him by a couple years. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we could have been Tiger Woods, man. We just ain't had no daddy named Earl.
You know, his dad really did his thing. Tiger born December 30th, 1975. He's 50 years old. So
oh, he got us. So he a little bit older. Okay.
Yeah, he a little bit, just a smidget.
Yeah,
But
just a couple years. That's all.
yeah.
But yeah, man. But you know,
definitely a great man.
Golf. Been on your heels though. You would know. We would probably be out there flipping Range Rovers with you though, Tiger.
Golf legend. You know, at least golf carts. You know, so.
At least golf carts, right?
At least golf carts.
We'd have been on the PGA, man,
Right.
tearing it up. For
Probably,
sure.
we probably would have been caddies, but you know,
If we been caddy, I wouldn't have been. Nah, you know, I wasn't gonna be no caddy. You know,
nigga, how you ain't gonna be no caddy? You talking about driving?
Because I'm like that. I was like that. I was like that.
A caddy is like the driver of the golf course.
Let me tell you something, man. You see how this go right here? I still know how to hold. Come on, man. Like I still, you ain't got no putt. I putted better than you and everything. I
don't know about that.
You some trash, dude.
But you know Lee. I mean, he got a whole driving range in his garage. We be over there hitting golf balls in the garage.
Y'all ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is for me to get back in action, and I'm smashing all y'all. Y'all don't want to see me on no mini golf course.
Okay, so here we go. We gonna at sometime this summer we're gonna do brunch with the fellas from the golf course with some clips of us
with the mini golf. We doing brunch with the fellas.
No, we're not doing mini golf. We gonna do at least an 8-hole. You know, maybe we're gonna do at least an 8-hole.
I gotta do mini golf. I can't do an 8-hole.
It's too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
Right, okay, well, we do mini golf. We go hit up.
Yeah, I would have liked that. That's really what we should do on some grown man. But I'm too.
Well, look,
hey, look for that.
Let's do the mini golf. You know,
I can do the mini because
we can do 8 holes in mini golf. Yeah, we can do 8 holes in mini golf.
It's just putting. Let's just see what y'all got.
We can get mic'd up and do brunch with the fellas that way one week.
That's what we doing. That's what we doing. So y'all stick. So y'all make sure that y'all catch our brunch with the fellas
mini golf tour.
Mini golf head to head. DBCHEFTV and Cold Seas head to head. We going in with the mini golf. We're gonna get that done this year, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that. And let's get into our fifth and final, last but never least topic, y'all. Rapper, entrepreneur 50 Cent donates Diddy documentary dollars to sexual assault and domestic violence charities. as y'all know, 50 Cent released a Netflix documentary that that was about the Diddy case, and he donated the money, man. Like I had no idea that that was something that was you know, one of his ambitions, that's what he was trying to do. But apparently, you know, that was something that he did, and we commend that. So let's go check this out.
Noon, rapper and businessman Curtis 50 Cent Jackson came to Shreveport today and donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to 9 nonprofit organizations. Most of the organizations help deal with families who are facing domestic violence cases. 50 Cent says he got the inspiration to make these huge donations after his most recent documentary. He also said his motto, "All roads lead to Shreveport," does not only mean an economic development, but to also help support the well-being of the city as well.
I just want to let you guys know I'm excited to be here. The idea of making a donation to these organizations came along with me producing the documentary for Netflix, and I said I would donate proceeds to domestic violence and to sexual assault victims, and I keep my word, right? Amen. I didn't say where I would make the donations, and then I like Shreveport. And you know, like I wanted to specifically, you know, say like that. You'll see a lot of energy that's coming from the same documentary. The celebrity culture didn't say anything about those things that were going on for a very long time, and it's because they're afraid of people who have success. But I have success without any of those things involved, you know. So I have I don't care. You know, and I'll look and you'll see, like I'll have minor specks or disputes that you'll see. Those things will happen because those people were comfortable with things that were going on, or they accepted it. You know, and there's a lot of I don't want to go too far into the negative side of things, but there's a lot of people that are finding their way through others, like they're following people. You know what I mean? And they've been in the league for a long time, so they let them get away with a lot. You know, and I'm excited to be a part of the community and participate in a different way. And Tabitha was the right person to make the connection completely. And my prestigious attorney. Ron directed me to the right path to make the difference the right way. And I'm like, my grandfather, he said, "Say less and do more, boy." He said, you know, I gotta, you know, I like to speak through my actions. You know, so y'all know what time it is. Like, people saying they're gonna do it, they ain't gonna do it. I don't know what else to say. All roads lead to Shreveport.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All roads lead to Shreveport. Yeah, let's get the 50. You know, like a lot of people cover all the drama, all the beef, all the foolishness and everything else that 50 be having going on, you know, with the back and forth with the different people and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't look at what you doing outside of the rap, what you doing with that money that you got going. And he received a lot of backlash for the Diddy documentary, and there were a lot of valid perspectives. I would say that there were a lot of valid perspectives. There were perspectives from both sides where it says like you're kicking the brother while he down. You know, what else we had? You had he had a valid reason because the way Diddy used his son's mother. You know, you had people saying that he was snitching. You had people saying that, you know, it was foul for Diddy to do that, and it was fair for 50 to, you know, to strike back the way he did in making a documentary. So on both of them levels, you know, it's some validity to both sides, but, you know, to all perspectives. But all in all, he made the documentary. It exposed some things that we knew, some things that we didn't know, you know, for people who've been under a rock, because a lot of that stuff was already known. But except for the stuff from his friend, the Tim Dog stuff that got to come in to the video, that was new to the documentary. But he took what proceeds from making that, which were things that Diddy is sort of convicted of in that documentary, and he gave those monies to helping people who have, where he is, where he's located, the community that he's investing in. He made sure that he contributed to those specific areas, you know, and a lot of people don't do that. Like he said, you know, a lot of people say they're gonna do something and they don't do it, you know.
Right. You know, and part of him doing what he's doing, that's a great thing. And he's, like you say, he's investing in the community that he's in, because of course he got the movie studio in Shreveport that he's putting up that'll probably end up rivaling Tyler Perry at some point. So he's definitely putting money into the infrastructure around the foundation that he's building down in Louisiana. So some people be like, well, why did it all go to Shreveport? Because that's where he's investing at, you know what I'm saying? So, and he got a lot of backlash from that, from, you know, people like Hurricane Chris and all that. Oh, well, why you not doing nothing for Shreveport? Da, 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 da. You ain't give him time to do nothing for Shreveport. I mean, he bought the damn building and y'all want him to do something right away. Now you have it. You can't say that he ain't doing nothing for Shreveport, and I'm pretty sure he's going to have plenty more things going on there.
Especially if he's going to be one of the wealthy people in their community.
He's going to be probably the wealthiest person in their community.
I don't know, man. It's some old white money down there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
But him coming down there and actually, you know, just contributing and showing, because all of those people that were in that office, all of those nonprofits that he made those donations to, were all people that look like him, you know. And I think that was probably important to him, to make sure that he contributed specifically to people that look like him, to make sure that he poured into the community and to people that look like him that were doing the work in the community, you know. So that's something that's important and should not be overlooked, you know. So we just once again want to salute 50 Cent, man. Like, we could be talking about the beef and all that other stuff. We still mad you ain't rap for you know, I know you had the AI in the joint with Max B. I had a hook that was harder than Max B's hook, though.
Let me tell you, man,
and way more disrespectful.
I'm not really sure we supposed to be doing that right now.
You know what I'm saying? But I had something that was wavier than Max B.
Listen, I'm not sure we're supposed to be getting on that right now, but that Max B part of that was trash.
I mean, I'm just
saying, it was super trash. And if that's what he's pumping up out of Shreveport, he probably should have kept that money and bought another artist, because that was horrible.
Gave it to Max.
He shouldn't have gave it. Shouldn't have gave it to Max.
That's because backing me down, man. He's holding me down, man.
His 50 verse, that joint was hard. I wanted to hit
50
more.
Verse was tough, right?
You know what I'm saying? But Max B, I was like, why? Why is he even in this? You know what I'm saying?
He should have had Big Pearl on that joint.
It didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Well, either one of Diddy's sons or something. I mean, somebody, you know, just
Diddy's son on a beat with 50? No.
You know, he was paying Diddy's son and had Diddy's son doing all kind of stuff, but that was just a smack in the face to Diddy. But what I'm saying is T.I. used his family. You know, both of his sons.
See, I had the whole family.
Both his
battle rap,
sons,
even the
the
baby
daughter,
girl.
the daughter.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I'm
baby
saying?
girl
Everybody
spit
came
some-
through. You
spit a
know, and
couple bars.
he came back with a fire verse and messed the track up when he put Max B on it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to 50 Shreveport,
You know.
nonprofit organizations, money donated. Love you for that, bro. So
Absolutely love you for that, man. Keep doing what you're doing. He had a post on Facebook, you know, and I think I said something like, man, even in the streets, people will hate you for showing love, you know. So it's like, man, keep showing love, keep doing what you're doing. You know, if you do it from the heart, even when you give the family, you give from the heart, because you know you ain't gonna get nothing back, and they expect it. So, you know, it don't change. It really don't change from the hood street to Wall Street, you know. And if you're gonna do something, man, do it out the kindness of your heart, and don't worry about what you get back, you know, because the universe gonna keep on blessing you. Look at where you already at, family, you know. And yeah, shout out to 50 Cent for that.
and you know he about to come with that Gucci documentary.
Yeah, him and Gucci Man need to link up, man, because Gucci Man got a blockbuster life story. After this, after this Pooh Shiesty thing, Gucci Man got a blockbuster. I mean, I'm talking about a bestseller.
I mean, but he got a real life gangster life story.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of rappers ain't gonna be able to top that. But I mean, they can, but his
nobody
shit
could top. Man, Jay can't. Jay can't. Ain't nobody never held Jay at gunpoint.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't.
Ain't nobody never held Russell or Lawyer Cohen at gunpoint.
Where's Russell? That nigga, did he ever come back from Bali?
Ain't nobody ever held Russell Simmons or Lawyer Cohen at gunpoint to get out a contract. DMX was wild, and he ain't never put. We heard Ice Cube go in there with baseball bats and smash up. He ain't put no blicky to nobody dome piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pooh Shiesty and them.
Man.
That's that YN shit, man.
Even Cameron said he smacked Lenny S and a whole bunch of other stuff, but he ain't put no joint. He ain't just pull out the joint. Or somebody smacked Lenny S, Jim Jones. I don't know. I don't keep up with it, but somebody smacked somebody. But that was just putting hands on people. That wasn't like
kidnapping people, taking their wedding.
That wasn't like really knowing.
Yeah.
You know, if you gonna die, like I done been in robbery situations. I done had a gun put to my head. I done been in foolish situations where somebody done pulled a pistol on me and, you know, and put it right in my face. So like, man, that's a different type of situation.
Definitely.
You know, that's a real different type of situation, man. And, you know, I can say I ain't never told on nobody about it, but that's some bullshit. You know, at the end of the day, man, like these brothers are, you know, entrepreneurs. They are record executives, you know, and even though you come from the streets, you're not still in the streets. You know, you actually are doing business. So it just shows that Pooh Shiesty had not matured enough, and nobody could tell him nothing, not even his daddy.
Well, his daddy went with him. Somebody need to tell that nigga something. But I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna park that right there and just leave that one. And then Pam Bondi.
Yep. So we had Pam Bondi tonight fired, y'all. She got replaced. Donald Trump said she wasn't doing enough. She fumbled a lot anyway, talking about, yeah, I got the Epstein client list on my desk, and then she said no, client list doesn't exist, and that would, I mean, if I was Donald Trump, I would have fired her too. You know, I would have been fired her. I probably would have been.
Yeah,
called her to the principal office earlier.
Yeah, this was a year later. You know, a whole year later when he fired her. So it is what it is. I'm interested to see how it play out, who they replace him with, and how if we can unscrew ourselves. But yeah.
Then we got shout out to filmmaker, Black entrepreneur extraordinaire Tyler Perry, donating $250K, $250,000 to the TSA agents who have been putting their life on the line. Not the ones that quit, but the ones that wouldn't quit and stayed too legit to quit. They showed up and was just like, hey, you know, we just gonna tough it out and rock with everybody, and you know, had some grace. And somebody recognized it, man, and we appreciate Black Hollywood for doing that. So shout out to Tyler Perry.
Shout out to Tyler.
Then we got Tiger Woods. You know, Tiger Woods, man. We praying for you, Tiger. We already know how it is to, you know, have disabilities and stuff like that, man. But you gotta cool out. You gotta cool it down.
You got to slow it down.
Watch out. For real. He gotta do something, Tiger, because, you know, I know these little things is a drop in the bucket, man, but it's just like you can do other things for attention, you know. And I don't think he purposely doing it for attention. I think he just had a bad day. And
Right, but he can do other things to prevent those bad days by hollering at DB Chef Transportation and getting a driver that would take him around for life.
That's all I'm saying. Hit me in the DM. You know, we'll talk turkey, and I got you. You know. And then last but never least, y'all, we had 50 Cent tonight donates Diddy documentary, the Diddy documentaries that he did on Netflix. Those proceeds, the hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, they ain't tell us what it was, to sexual assault and domestic violence charities right down there in Shreveport, Louisiana. You know, just letting people know that, hey, I'm rocking with y'all. I'm here. I'm setting up a home base, and I'm not scared to put my money where my mouth is. So we salute 50 for that. Shout out to you for doing that, man. We love when we see people doing positive things in the community. And hey, at Brunch with the Fellas, we're gonna highlight that. We ain't just all on the negative, you know. Like it's so much negative going on that we'd be busy. But you know, finding some of these positive stories to highlight, to show some of the beautiful sides of Blackness. And Black Hollywood, you know, 50 Cent and Tyler Perry, they are Black Hollywood with the Power series and all this other stuff they been doing, you know. And then Tyler Perry, forget about it, you know. So we just want to show y'all some love, man. We appreciate everybody pulling up tonight, hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed the show. And don't forget right now, subscribe to the channel and put your name in the hat to win $1,000 throughout the year. You know, we got $100. We're gonna pick one person each and every single month to win $100. And yeah, and when you subscribe, you put your name in the hat, and we appreciate y'all for that. So that's all we got for tonight. Make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the Fellas. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV.
And I'm Cole_Seasons on Instagram.
And until next time, we'll see y'all.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksofarm.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast. The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at DBCHEFTV.com.